Right, so are you working in your official capacity?
Yes.
So could you please identify yourself so I know who I'm speaking to?
Don't need to, boss.
Well, then I have nothing to say to you. Have a nice day.
All right, you need to leave.
No, it's okay. Why do I need to leave? Just
because you're not allowed to film on the property.
Tell them I'll be waiting for them right on the sidewalk, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And keep your 6 feet distance away from me there, tough guy.
Buddy.
Well, you're a tough guy today, aren't you?
Every day.
Okay, well at this point, they're trespassing you guys from the property. Do you have your identification on you? Let's step over here because we got people trying to come in. I'm
off the driveway. I don't know, you're the only one standing in the driveway there. Do I have identification on me? Of course I do.
Okay, well I'd like to see that because you're being trespassed, so I need your information.
You don't need my information.
Yes, I do.
You can just...
We got called here, so
That's fine. Do you see me breaking any laws?
You're currently being trespassed from here. You didn't leave.
I believe I'm being unlawfully trespassed, and if you want to trespass me, go ahead and trespass me.
Okay,
but
so
I'm not surrendering my information. You're not getting my identification from me. How's it going, guys? Amagansett Press, and we are coming to you today from the Siouxland Community Health Center. And we are in Sioux City, Iowa. We're gonna pay a little visit on these folks today and find out if they honor and respect our right to take video and photographs in public and from publicly accessible areas of public places. I am out with watching the Watchmen today, and let me give you a little time and temperature check. I have my coat on, so I got to get into my sleeve here. Today is Thursday, December 10th. It is 12:10 in the afternoon local time, and it is 45 degrees, sunny, windy, and cold in Sioux City, Iowa. Let me see if I can... Not much to look at, but I'll give you a look at whatever part of the neighborhood here I can. And let's go see what's going on. Stand by. So let's take a look and see what kind of signage we have on the door here. Chilly out today. Wow. Back in Colorado, if it was 50 degrees and sunny like this, it'd be nice and be t-shirt weather. Colder here for some reason. across the street there, that is another, that's an annex of the health department. And just always like to take a moment to recognize Old Glory, waving in the breeze, as she should. A beautiful sight that warms my heart each and every time. Hey, how we doing? How's it going?
Good, good. We're just calling or checking on. I had somebody here earlier today, but I didn't know about anyone else coming. Did you guys talk to anybody about filming or doing anything?
No, I didn't even. I don't know about anybody else being here.
Oh, okay.
Can I ask who I'm speaking to?
How about we ask who you are?
Well, I asked.
And why are you filming on our property?
I asked first.
Do you have permission?
I asked first.
Did you get permission?
Doesn't matter if you ask first.
Sir, we're having a pleasant conversation here. There's no reason to be yelling at anybody.
And I'm asking you some questions now.
Right. So, are you working in your official capacity?
Yes.
So, could you please identify yourself, so I know who I'm speaking to?
Don't need to, boss.
Well, then I have nothing to say to you. Have a nice day.
All right, you need to leave.
No, it's okay. Why do I need to leave? Just because
you're not allowed to film on the property.
Where does it say that? Is that a state law? This is not. This is public property.
No, it's not.
Sure, it is
private property.
How is it private?
This is not a government-funded place.
This is not a government-funded place. This is not a government-funded place.
This is not a government-funded place.
No.
The
you have a firearm on?
Siouxland Community Health Center. You're very aggressive. Can I speak to you instead? Because I'd rather just have a pleasant conversation.
It was a simple question of who you are.
Stop filming now.
If I walked on your property at home,
I understand that, but you guys just...
I mean, that's like 2-year-old baby.
You guys just approached me, and I asked this gentleman who he was, and he said, "Oh, you tell me first." That's 2-year-old. So
no,
here, I'll throw you a bone.
2-year-old.
I'll throw you a bone. My name's Jason.
All right.
How are you? What is your name?
My name is Brendan. Obviously, you can read that if you can read.
I'm just having a conversation with you, Brendan.
6 to 7 times.
I actually did not look
Yes,
at you. You guys are a little.
Watch your eyes every time.
You guys are a little aggressive, aren't you?
No, it's because you didn't simply answer a question.
I just told you my name, didn't I?
But where are you from and what are you doing?
Oh, well, that's a lot. Now you're asking me a lot of things. You guys don't even want to identify. He doesn't want to identify himself. A man with a gun and a badge just walked up to me and refuses to identify himself.
Before you could read his tag.
That's against your policy. I can assure you of that.
Yes, ma'am.
When you're working
here?
Do I work here?
So how would you know our policy?
Could possibly be. I might work for the state. I might work for the federal government. I might work for myself. You don't know who I am and what I'm doing.
We're still in the car.
But I think if you walk up and you ask somebody politely and you start a nice conversation, no, you got aggressive.
Well, because you simply asked who you were.
So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go out to the sidewalk and I'm going to wait for the police to show up, okay? And I'll have the conversation with them because they'll be a little more respectful than the two of you are.
Well, you came here looking.
And then we'll be back.
No doubt about that.
I came here looking for what?
Problems, because you wouldn't. If I walk on somebody's property,
you guys are not worth talking to. Tell them I'll be waiting for them right on the sidewalk, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And keep your 6 feet distance away from me there, tough guy.
Buddy.
Well, you're a tough guy today, aren't you?
Every day.
Every day. Wow. I guess got to make up for that stature somehow, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, tell the police we'll be right on the sidewalk, and if you don't keep 6 feet away from me, I'm gonna move you away from me.
Are you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. If you get in my personal space, I'm gonna remove you from it. That's an absolute fact. Whatever your name is, no name.
to never your parents taught you how to threaten.
Listen, everything that just transpired here is on video. You guys are the aggressive ones.
No.
Okay?
It's on video. You're absolutely correct.
Good for you. You need to identify yourself when you're working in your official capacity,
no, I
sir.
do not.
Yes, you do.
I'm private security. I don't have to do it.
Yeah. What's your guard number?
I don't.
Do you know the law?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to provide your guard number and your identification, sir. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so we'll be filing a very serious complaint against you.
That's great.
Yeah, it is great.
Big difference between contract security and private security.
There's a big difference between being an asshole and being a normal person. And you obviously don't understand that. No, nobody came here. Was I looking for trouble?
Yeah,
I was trying to have a respectable conversation with you, and you're just being a jerk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Leave property.
I'm walking off the property. I'm of my own accord at my own pace. I don't do what you tell me to do.
Go.
I'm going.
See ya.
See, look, I'm backing up right now.
All right.
See?
Let's
You know,
keep it
I
going.
know
Then.
we came up and just asked the question of.
No, you didn't.
Said,
No.
Yes, I did. Or
No.
I did too.
No, you didn't.
I'm the one talking now, not you. So,
What do you think? I have to listen to a word out of your mouth?
No, but
I can't hear anything you're saying with a diaper on your face anyway, so don't worry about that.
I sat and listened to you for the last 3 minutes. So
no, you don't have to listen to anything. Go back to work.
No.
I'm gonna have a conversation with people that respect the law instead of the two of you. Jackass security over here with his 2 guns. One's not enough. You should stick to the little one, dude. It's more your size. There you go. Am I off your property enough for you?
Well, actually, that's not a second gun. Anybody would know that by looking at it.
I'm not anybody.
Now it's blocking the driveway.
I'm not blocking the driveway.
I simply walked up and asked you around the driveway. You just simply walked up and I said that somebody else had been here earlier today, just wondering who you were, and you wouldn't answer your question.
I was more than happy to have a cordial conversation with you. I even asked you when he got a little aggressive. I even said, "Why don't I talk to you and have a cordial conversation?"
After you'd already caused problems, though. I mean, we simply asked you.
You guys are clowns, man. You really are. You're a clown, and you're gonna learn what a clown you are today. Yeah. You're gonna find out.
By asking questions of who's on our property.
No, by being aggressive, disrespectful, rude, not following procedure or policy.
Sir, can I talk for like 30 seconds here? 20 seconds.
You can talk for as long as you want to talk or as little as you want to talk. I have no control over that. Why are you shaking? Are you nervous about something?
Are you serious?
Yeah, your hands are shaking like a leaf. Put your hand out. Mine's not shaking.
My hands are in my pocket. You want to see why I'm
Did you
shaking?
not realize you were just touching your mask? Yeah, when was the last time you washed your...
the injuries I've had on my arm.
When was the last time you washed your hands? Touching your mask repeatedly?
Probably every 2 to 3 minutes.
Every 2 to 3 minutes? Yeah.
Plus this.
Yeah, that's good. Very good.
Well, I just want to say, I came up and I asked you about, or I said that somebody else had been here the other day, just wondering who you were. We didn't even know if you were part of that group.
See, what you did...
he asked, no, I'm talking.
You know what? No, I'm talking. You're an idiot. You know what? And if you want to de-escalate, I'd be happy to do that with you. But if you want to keep trying to ramp it up, then I'm not interested in that.
Can I talk for 20 seconds and you stopped and you bothered me?
What you did was you walked up assuming you know what I'm doing and why I'm here.
That's not what I said.
And assuming things is a foolish thing to do. No, you didn't.
I thought you were part of the group earlier.
You walked up and asked, and I said, "Could you tell me who you are?" And you said no.
Well, we asked first. It's our problem.
I have no reason to speak to anybody that won't identify themselves to me. Why would I talk to you?
We asked.
My father told me not to speak to strangers.
But we asked you first.
No, you didn't. I actually asked you first.
Not true, because I asked you, are you part of the group that came earlier today?
I have no idea who the group that was here earlier today is. I don't know what you're talking about. You're going to have a lot of groups here. You're going to have a lot of groups here very shortly. You have no idea the beehive you just opened up on yourself. Yeah. You're going to have a lot of people here very soon. So you better ramp up your security. Get ready to start throwing a lot of people off the property.
Nothing new.
So this is a private, you're telling me this is private property, huh?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Good to know. And Siouxland Community Health takes no public funding, right? That's what you said before, if you remember what you said, right? That's what he said. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Video cameras don't lie, sir.
Yep.
That's why we record everything we do. You'll see.
Listen, the first 30 seconds then when I asked you if you're part of the group earlier, you wouldn't answer my question.
I have no idea what group you're talking about, so that'd be a very difficult question for me to answer.
Well, you would know if you were here earlier today.
I wasn't here earlier today.
Why didn't you answer that?
You didn't ask me if I was here earlier. You asked me if I was with the group that was here earlier.
And you wouldn't answer the question.
Of course why would I?
Because it's common sense.
No, it's not common sense. Good, how you doing?
Good, I'm Officer Gill.
Officer Hill, thank you for identifying yourself. I appreciate that.
Gill with a G.
Gill with a G, I'm sorry about that.
Okay. So what's going on today?
I was on the property here taking some video.
Okay.
Minding my own business. These two gentlemen walked up, asked me to leave the property, refused to identify themselves.
I have no idea. Pockets for me, please.
I'm putting my phone in my pocket,
okay.
But sure. Yeah, I'll keep my hands out of my pocket. I'll keep them right here where you can see them so you can feel safe.
Okay, perfect.
So they asked us to leave the property.
Okay.
We walked out to the sidewalk and they followed us out to the sidewalk, continuing the conversation. And we said we would wait for you to get here.
Okay.
Didn't want to have to make you look for me.
Okay, well at this point they're trespassing you guys from the property.
For what reason?
They have the ability to tell you who they want.
Is this private property or is this public property?
They're banning you from the property.
No, but I'm asking a question. Is this public property or private property?
Private.
It's private property.
It's private property. Siouxland Community Health does not receive public funding.
It's not owned by the government.
No, I didn't say owned by the government.
Well, the people who own it can say who run the facility and maintain it, can say who they want on the property. So
Not if it's publicly funded, they cannot. That's not the way it works, sir. And I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I'm just having the conversation with you.
Do you have your identification on you? Let's step over here because we got people trying to come in.
I'm off the driveway. I don't know. You're the only one standing in the driveway there. Do I have identification on me? Of course I do.
Okay. Well, I'd like to see that because you're being trespassed, so I need your information.
You don't need my information.
Yes, I do.
You can just.
We got called here, so I.
That's fine. Do you see me breaking any laws?
You're currently being trespassed from here. You didn't leave.
I believe I'm being unlawfully trespassed, and if you want to trespass me, go ahead and trespass me.
Okay,
But
so
I'm not surrendering my information. You're not getting my identification from me. I value my Fourth Amendment rights, and I will not surrender or give up any of my rights.
hey, as long as you guys stay on the sidewalk, they're cool.
As long as I stay on the sidewalk, they're cool.
On the public area.
I don't need him to think I'm cool to stand on the sidewalk. That's none of his business what I'm
We're
doing.
gonna leave. That's fine. But
You can do whatever you want to.
Don't go on the property because they run the main.
If I find out that this, I'm going to look it up on Onyx right now, and I'm going to make some phone calls, and if I find out this is public property, I certainly am going back on the property. And then you guys can come back out here and do whatever you think you want to do. That's up to you. Okay. But I'm not going to be trespassed off of public property without breaking a law. That's not the way it works.
So we understand the situation, right? They don't want you on their property.
You understand what I just said, right?
You know, you stay on the sidewalk, everything is cool, right?
Well, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand here and I'm going to videotape every single vehicle that goes in and out of this property. I'm going to get license plate numbers from every vehicle that goes in and out of this property and video everything I possibly can, and we're going to get some more people down here like I told you I would.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, you gentlemen have a good, but I'm telling you right now, if you get another phone call from these people that I'm back on the property, you know why. As soon as I find out this is publicly funded and public
I
property.
didn't even get his info. So.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what happens when you have no lawful right to ask for anybody's info.
Have a good day, sir.
Learn a lesson today, Officer Gill.
Don't
Yeah.
go the driveway there, sir.
I'll do whatever I want, and you just have a nice day and take off.
It looks like his car is the only thing blocking the driveway.
Your vehicle's the only thing blocking the driveway there, hotshot. Why don't you turn your lights on? Only person blocking the driveway is this clown. Car 148. Calling the Sioux City Police Department.
Police Department Communications, this is Stacy.
Yes, hi. I'm hoping to speak with a sergeant or a lieutenant or somebody in a higher up position, please.
Regarding?
Regarding an incident that just happened here in Sioux City.
Okay, can you just give me a little bit of information? Because it depends on who I transfer you to.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, I'm at the Siouxland Community Health Center, and I just had a security guard here attempt to trespass me from the property. 3 of your officers responded, and as far as I'm concerned, did not trespass me from the property. But the security guard's claiming they did, so I'm just trying to figure out whether or not I was trespassed. I don't believe I was. I'm just trying to find out what the actual situation is.
Okay, hold on just a sec.
Thank you so much.
Hello?
Yeah, hey, good morning, Sarge. Good afternoon.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Oh, can't complain.
Oh, good. So the reason I'm calling you is I'm at the Siouxland Community Health Center. And I had security. We're outside the building. I never went inside. And security called your department, had some of your officers come out. I believe it was Officer Gill that I dealt with. And the security guards here are saying that I have been trespassed from the property. I was not trespassed by your officers, so I just want to clear that up and find out if whether or not I've actually in fact been trespassed from the property or if I have not.
You want me to come talk to you?
If you'd like to, sure, that'd be great. I'm right on the corner of 11th Street.
Okay, I'll be there in about 20 seconds.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Yep. All right, good.
What did he say, 20
20 seconds.
Yeah, 20. He's probably looking at us.
He's probably right there. Yeah, he's probably scoping us out.
All right, so police sergeant, didn't get his name, is on the way here. Said he'd be here in 20 seconds, so he's probably right up the street looking at us. I'll tell you what, 50 degrees is cold.
It is.
In Sioux City.
Where are you from?
Colorado.
Colorado?
Yeah. A little warm. When it's 50 degrees and sunny in Colorado, you can wear a t-shirt. It's strange.
Well, you still wear a t-shirt here.
It's cold.
You go down to Florida, you get 50 degrees there in winter coats.
Yeah. Not knowing what to do. What is it, Moritz?
Moritz, yes.
Is that how you say it?
Yep.
Okay. So the reason I called you is we're here, I'm working on a story. Okay. Not engaging with anybody, didn't speak to anybody, not causing any disturbance, minding our own business.
Okay.
2 security guards came out, started speaking to us.
At?
Right up against the building there.
Okay.
On the sidewalk.
Okay.
And the security guards came out, started asking us questions, and I very cordially, it's all recorded, said to them, before we start the conversation, can you just identify yourself? Can I know who I'm speaking with?
Okay.
Security guard said, absolutely not, no reason I have to identify myself. So I said, well, if you're not willing to, you're operating in your official capacity, if you're not willing to identify yourself, which I believe is a requirement of a security guard in this state, when they're acting in their official capacity.
Okay.
I could be wrong about that, but I believe that's the case. So I said, if you're not willing to identify yourself, I have no idea who I'm speaking to. You could be just some guy with a gun and a badge. I have no idea who you are, so I'm not going to listen to a word you have to say. So he called the police department. I said, I'll walk out to the sidewalk, wait for the officers to get here, which we did. Officers got here, we spoke to them. They said, as long as you guys stay on the sidewalk, you're fine, and left. But the security guard is claiming that we've been trespassed.
Okay.
So I was not trespassed, and if you can either clarify that for me, that would be great.
Here's how the state law is.
Okay.
What you have is buildings that are open to the public.
Right.
All right. So they're open to the public.
Okay.
They have policies, and from what I understand, one of their policies is there's no videotaping
inside the building.
In this particular building. Yes.
In the building, not outside in the parking lot.
Correct. I would guess.
Right.
Yeah. Because
we didn't go in the
there's no
building.
curtilage on the actual building itself.
My opinion as well. Right.
It's a business basically. The only places that have curtilage are your houses. So
right.
Your home is protected that way.
Right.
As far as the trespass goes, if you're there for a purpose,
which
is to seek medical help, because this is what this place is
well,
about.
no, legitimate purpose is legitimate purpose. Doesn't just have to be seeking medical help. I mean, people come here to make deliveries. People come here to
I agree with that.
To clean the parking lot. People come here to look for lost items. As long as I'm here with any legitimate purpose, and I do have a very legitimate purpose.
And what is your legitimate purpose?
I'm working on a story.
Okay. And what's the story for?
And as far as I'm concerned, I'm operating under the protection of the press. So that would afford me many rights.
Okay.
That these guys might not be aware of, and you probably are. So that's why I wanted to speak to somebody from your department. But they do receive federal funding. This is a publicly funded facility.
Okay.
It is a facility which is open to the public. This parking lot is open to the public from the street.
That's correct.
So as far as me being in the parking lot taking video, they don't have a leg to stand on, as far as the law is concerned. So if you can confirm for me that I was not trespassed, I'd like to just continue what I'm doing. Like I said, I have no intention of going inside the building. I have no intention of speaking to anyone, causing any disturbance. I'm not looking to
harass anybody.
No, I'm just standing up. No, I'm not looking to interview anybody.
All you're looking to do is sit up there,
observe,
and hold the camera.
Observe. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I will tell you that as far as outside the building, it is open to the public.
Okay.
If it becomes an issue where they come outside and they're requesting us to do something, we will refer it up to our attorneys that we have and see what they would advise us to do at that point.
And then at that point, if your attorneys determine that there is a valid trespassing situation here, then I would be asked to leave.
Correct.
That's my understanding of the law. I think what happened was between me and you, and it's all on video. I'm not making anything up.
Oh, you're on video too, so
yeah. No. I don't mean with you. You've been very cordial and professional, and I thank you for that. And I think you're doing the law enforcement across the country a service, behaving the way you are.
Okay.
And we need more guys like you out there, and we'd love to show that as well. But the security guard came out very hot, refused to identify himself, very aggravated, being very disrespectful.
And what did he say when he came out?
He just at first he walked up with the first 10 seconds, he was fine. He walked up and said, hey, can I ask what you guys doing? Were you here with the group that was here earlier today? Which I was not. I have no idea what he was talking about. So I said to him, before we start the conversation, can I just know who I'm speaking to? And he said, no. I said, well, don't you as a security guard have an obligation to identify yourself when you're working in your official capacity? He said, no, I don't.
Okay.
So once somebody does that to me, like if you did that to me, I wouldn't speak to you either. You know, if somebody's, like I said, I'm repeating the same thing, but if somebody's operating under the color of law in an official capacity, you have to identify yourself to somebody. When you walk up to me, you have to identify yourself.
If you're employed by the state or the city, yeah.
Or if you're a private guard.
Private, I'm not
oh yeah, he's got a guard number, and if somebody asks for his guard number, he's obligated to give that out. He can't, because otherwise, if that wasn't the case, I could just go tell anybody I'm a security guard. I could open carry, say I'm a security guard, and tell people what to do, and they'd have to listen to me. That's not the way the law works. Yeah. You know,
but
and
the
I understand.
Ramifications for that will come later on.
Right. Well, ramifications for him are going to come later on when I file my complaints with his security company, but that'll be a whole nother issue.
I'm gonna run in there. I'm gonna talk to them real quick. I'll try to smooth things over for you.
Okay. And in the meanwhile, I'll just go back to where I was standing and behave myself.
And as long as you're not badgering, if customers come outside and they're saying, hey, this guy's out here, he's badgering
I'll tell you what, I'll even go as far as if somebody starts to talk to me, I'm just going to ignore them and stay silent. I'm not even going to engage anybody. All right.
We'll try like that.
And again,
I'll do you the favor or the solid of going in there and talking to him real quick.
And you're also doing him a favor, because he's going to put, you know, that's also a very sketchy thing for him to do, because I'm a nice guy. He might do that to somebody that's not a nice guy one day and put himself in a bad situation where he's going to be calling you for help instead of to have somebody trespass. So it would just behoove him to act in a more professional manner. When you walk, you know, I think when you're a citizen, open carrying or concealed carrying, you have a very large responsibility to act a certain way.
I agree with you.
And you have to be very decent about your behavior. When you're wearing a gun and a badge, even more so, right?
I'd agree with you.
So, and I think and I'm not trying to blow any sunshine up your skirt here, but I think you've been exemplary in your behavior. I think you're legitimately upholding the law and trying to do your job in a positive way. And I sincerely hope that that trickles down through your charges, and your behavior of your officers follows that lead, because I think that's like I said, I have a very firm belief in this country, especially right now, bad officers are getting good officers hurt for no reason, and it's not a good idea. And I think security guards are even worse at that, because when you're a security guard, right, written into his code of behavior and written into his policy, his job is to observe and report. He's not supposed to be engaging anybody. He's not supposed to be getting into arguments with people. He's supposed to observe something he doesn't agree with and call you. Okay. And that's all he's supposed to do. So I appreciate you.
I will go inside, see if I can make contact with him, and we'll talk about it.
Okay, and I'll be standing right over there in between those handicap signs there.
We'll go
minding my business.
All right.
All right, thank you, sir. I appreciate you. All right, guys, well, you heard the sergeant's going to go inside and have a conversation with these folks, and we'll see how that goes when he comes back out. Oh, here he comes.
Have a good one.
All right, thank you. Have a good day. Well, there you go, guys. Actually, I'm going to just stay here for a minute. My battery's about to go out. Can you just step on that, please? the end of the day, we were not trespassed. We were allowed to stay. We're perfectly within our rights. We were correct, and the security guard, I was going to say something else, but the security guard in here, I think, learned a lesson today. And it's a very important lesson for both sides, because we don't need our rights violated, and he doesn't need to put himself in a situation he doesn't need to be in. So that's going to wrap it up here. And I think, you know, I learned a lesson here today too. We all did. And I think I'm very happy that we got a sergeant here that showed up that honored his oath and followed the law and did what he was supposed to do. And fantastic. I'm a little bit at a loss for words here, because I'm freezing to death, and I'm literally shaking from the cold. It's cold out here. But we're going to wrap this one up. I told the sergeant, I thanked him for doing what he did. I thanked him for upholding his oath and upholding the Constitution and our rights. And I told him I would stick around for a minute or two and leave of my own accord, you know, when I was ready to. And he was fine with that, had no issues, and he pulled out and left. So good day and a solid win for the Constitution. And any security guards, whether you work for a private security company or whether you're some kind of a public place security guard, learn a lesson from this. You know, don't go running into things that you don't know what you're doing, and putting yourself in situations you don't need to be in, and putting other people in situations they don't need to be in. Know the law, know what you're supposed to do. When you're walking around with a gun and a badge, guys, security, police, or whoever you are, that's a massive responsibility, and we expect you to handle it properly. And don't let those two items go to your head, because that's dangerous for everybody involved. So I'm going to cut this one short real quick because I'm freezing to death, but that's going to wrap it up here. We always like to remind you, if you appreciate our videos, you like what we do, please feel free to comment, like, share, subscribe. All that stuff does wonders for our channels, and doesn't cost you a penny. And I invite you to do the same for Watching the Watchman. His channel's doing great. He's almost at 40,000 subscribers, and we want to get him there. And he's got some great content. He's got some B-roll footage and some other stuff that you won't see on my channel, so check him out. There'll be a link in the description. And that's it. So coming to you from the Siouxland Community Health Center in Sioux City, Iowa, Watching the Watchman, Amagansett Press. We'll catch you on the next one, guys. And we got plenty of stops planned here, so stay tuned and make sure you're subscribed. We'll see you on the next one. Out.